Okay. Push, push, push. Easy, easy. Hustle, 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 hustle.
I'm just terrible at keeping surprises. Before I start, I gotta tell you that I failed my bench session the first time in months. On the bright side, this block has been a huge success, and I'm thrilled to say this has been by far the most successful blocks I had with Nathan together, where I got to learn not only the skills of lifting, but also to upgrade my mindset. Rewinding back to the previous video, I've always been very cautious of being humble, not to cross the border of arrogance, which had a couple of side effects. The intentions of not being too confident about myself turn out to be a factor of limitation, making me question and doubt my work, always looking for perfect ways, not wanting to risk. That is probably why I felt comfortable going through my past blocks, where I didn't have any PRs in terms of numbers. I had no reason to challenge my head to its limits by staying in my boundaries of my comfort zone. It doesn't necessarily mean that I haven't been making progress, but still, I have been the same me for a few months, just the same routine again and again. As a matter of fact, I was building up the fundamentals of a big jump, a backswing movement before the leap. And in this block, I made the leap. There are a bunch of things in life where they are not inescapably achieved by hard work, because the chances are that everyone else is doing it as well. So what secret weapons do so-called successful people have in common? Recently, I have been obsessively listening to motivational speeches and podcasts to find out this hidden key that they didn't really mention in their words. After some time, I got the feeling that it is the power of self-belief. Most stories of them started with a bunch of turbulences in life, growing up in an unwealthy condition, the influence of people around them, brainwashing their achievements and successes. And yet, they all individually managed to reach the mountain peak they longed to be on at some point of their lives. My head somehow came up to the conclusion that only a few of these people really mentioned fighting themselves for their lack of belief and confidence, and even those few actually managing to reach the state of self-acceptance, since no one is born perfect, but can give everything to be as near as they can to reach perfection. Before the start of this block, Nathan, my coach, reassured me that powerlifting is a sport of total. I have been blaming my deadlift for a long time as a reason of not achieving my goals as a good powerlifter, whereas I could have been happy for my squat and bench being much better than my deadlift, and work on the both of them to empathize my strengths in these two disciplines. As a result, my squat skyrocketed another level, while I regained my strength back in the bench, and deadlift finally giving me that click, a start signal of a new journey. Now this is the point where I have to talk about confidence. For every long jump athlete, or for anyone else, honestly speaking, there is the split second right before the jump where we get to review our whole process. It could be at a job interview where you get asked why you think you should get this job, or it could be you telling your loved ones that you are quitting that boring ass job just across the globe and to start a new life in Florida, or whatever. Or you just asking out that girl you've been in love with for the last few months. Everyone has their own stories, their own leap. No jump is less adventurous or more scary. A jump is a jump, and every jump in life is frightening. I used to be the type of person who had to check the width of the jump, the friction of the surface, the type of shoes I'm wearing, and so on. I was so afraid to fall, even before I jumped, not knowing the landing could be an option. It has its benefits and its drawbacks. I used to worry about the future, things that didn't even happen, and hesitated, potentially wiping out my chance of success, holding myself in custody. And it all comes back to the same old dilemma again: confidence. In life, we get to meet a bunch of people, some staying for a while, some only coming for a coffee break, some decides to leave, and some you won't even pass by. The one thing I quite wasn't aware of is myself. We tend to listen to the others a bit too much, how they think about us, the way we look, the clothes we wear, and the car we drive in, and so on. It isn't a pleasant feeling to be judged by them if they aren't saying things intentionally to make you a better person. Now let that sink in for a while. Think about this. How often and for how long have we been talking to ourselves, building our own fences and our own boundaries and limits, convincing ourselves that we are not capable of doing things, and that heroes are born heroes, and that every person possesses his or her own vessel of faith? I think pretty much most of the time, a monologue in my head. I didn't even realize how much power I had over me. Believe it or not, I was my worst enemy, a wall I had to climb over, even before initiating that jump. We all lose some people in life over time, and it is inevitable. Strictly according to the facts, the one and only person with whom we start living and coexist until the last breath we take is us, me, myself, and I. The hardest part to swallow is that nobody will know me better than I do, and we will face ourselves falling an infinite number of times just to define our own vessel of faith to be small and useless. Now try to answer my question. How do you possibly think that there would be someone in the world who would appreciate us the way we are when we don't even appreciate ourselves for the being we are? How sad is it to face the whole world, but even before that, to face ourselves? I decided to hold my worst enemy's hand and make him my best friend. Instead of fighting myself, I decided to make him stand by me and boost me up the wall I want to climb. The fact is, no matter how perfect and accurate the preparation is, there will always be some unknown variables in life where you see you draining down the sewer. Well, what's the point of fighting and blaming yourself for the fall? There ain't no time for that. Hold on to your butt, buckle up, and start ascending again. The biggest advantage of falling in life is that it'll take away the fear of falling again. Make falling your favorite activity, because there is no success without a decent fall. And even if you do succeed by any chance, the fall will only be more brutal. Everyone is an underdog in their lives. Nobody is born king. I now see confidence in a different way. I don't think being confident means that you're capable of landing your long jump on your first take. The confidence I believe in now is that I trust myself. That no matter how often I fall, and no matter how many people gather around me and insult me for being such a loser in life, I will pick myself up and take that jump again, and again, and again, until I make that jump. It's not over until I win. And by being my own best friend, who would silence out the distractions and doubts in my darkest days, I would be confident enough to say that I didn't win by luck or by those unknown variables in life, but by hard work and trust. Because I know, starting from the very beginning, that I had a vision of myself standing on the other side, smiling back and enjoying my victory. Having high standards on oneself is a necessity, I would say, because we are the one and only person who we should support and love the most in our lives. Without the hatred I showed myself, I can't imagine which kind of version I would have become, and even if I had a chance to go back to the past, I would still have chosen to be harsh on myself, because nobody else would love to take over this job. Supporting doesn't always mean that you have to buy someone flowers, and if you genuinely mean the best for someone, you gotta poke the needle into their veins to suck out the poison out of their blood. I want me to be that kind of person for myself. Not just my worst enemy, but my very best friend. And I can't wait to see what I can achieve with his help.